Welcome to NEXTGames February 2023 Volume 1 Intense Ambuscade against a Corse and his summoned skeleton minions. Now we last saw this run in February of last year, and at that time I labeled it one of the worst runs for soloers to take on, and they changed it so even some of the party strategies used last year, such as kiting, will no longer work. So let's go over this most annoying of runs and see what has changed. First, let's start with key item acquisition. You'll need 1 undead kill for your first run of the day, and 3 undead kills for each subsequent run in that same day. Now the easiest place to go for these is going to be Fei Yin, home point number 1, where you can quickly find some undead boot, as you see right here, that you can take out for your key item. On more populated servers, of course, this won't be enough, so be sure to list any other camps that you have found that work well down there in the comments. Now at the start of the run, only the enemy is going to be present, being the Bozetto Pisshog. Now he will use the standard Corse attacks with 2 new Corse abilities. The first is Hecatomb Macabre. This is an AoE charm and lasts 10 seconds and gives you a 10 count doom timer, often spelling the end of your run and the primary reason why this month's run is so aggravating for people. Now the 2 main ways to avoid this ability are 1, to have very high magic evasion. This is easier to accomplish on the lesser difficulties, but may be more difficult to rely on the higher difficulties. And 2, if you're lucky, you can get off 2 to 3 holy waters before that doom takes you after the charm effect wears off. Now if you find a way to get rid of that doom in time, you will have 3 minutes of increased regen, refresh, regain, attack, defense, and haste. So if you're solo, this is going to allow you to get in one last hurrah since your trust will be dismissed. And if you're in a party, this can provide you with the necessary time to get massive amounts of damage in. So make sure that you plan for this ability in whatever strategy you have going in, as this is the main ability that needs planned for in both solo and party play this month. Also keep in mind that in addition to that ability, he can use Gamble Macabre, a single target Doom and Curse ability, which SE has changed this time around, so that this ability is used automatically if its target is more than 10 feet from him. Now I believe this was done to take away the possibility of a kiting strategy, so party players who used that strategy last time around will need to come up with a new one this time around. Know that some people employ the strategy of trying to outrun the charm abilities, which may also now be problematic with this new mechanic SE has introduced. It actually may be more beneficial for people this time to deprive him entirely of any TP through things like Reaving Wind and getting TP off the skeletons and only weapon skilling off the main NM in order to actually take it on a different way this time. Now the Corse himself has fairly high defense, and the last time around I went at him primarily with physical attacks, and it was a slow 18-minute fight. Now today I chose to use hybrid weapon skills, and it has sped up the kill dramatically to half of my original time at only 9 minutes. Now I preferred to stick to a Blade 2 to Blade Chi skill chain, and then dual magic burst with Rayton as often as possible. Now on the easy difficulty, he will spawn 4 skeletons to assist him at 90% hit points and 35% hit points. Now I'm sure he spawns them at more frequency at the higher difficulty levels, but I don't have any information as to which thresholds exist on those difficulties. So if you're trying them on the harder difficulties, make sure to be ready for them and note the thresholds that spawn those skeletons on your first run. Now keep in mind, once those skeletons have spawned, any magic damage or skill chain damage is going to cure the main Corse NM. So I found that it's best to quickly switch to the skeletons and take them out as quickly as I can. Now I previously found this difficult to do with physical weapon skills, but found 2 to 3 hybrid weapon skills or a 2-step hybrid skill chain with burst took them out this time around. So I recommend you do that as well if you have the option. Note that they have a very odd hate mechanic, and it's often not possible to pull them from the people that they have chosen to fight. So make sure you run up to the skeletons and engage them, as if you use things like provoke, they oftentimes will not even look at you and they'll stay on the target they're currently attacking. Now the one last thing we have to mention is Blood Weapon. Now it appears most vicious, as even on the easy difficulty, he hit me for 19,000 damage plus a 19,000 damage drain when this was up. That being said, my trust have had no issues tanking through it, so make sure you keep that in mind when you're dealing with your strategy. For soloers this month, I recommend you going in on the easy difficulty with 1 or 2 trust tanks and having them tank the course the entire time. Make sure you do not pull hate, and use any tools at your disposal to lower your enmity so that you don't accidentally pull hate from the course. Boost your magic evasion by as much as possible to avoid that AoE charm ability. And last time, note that I spent the entire run in my magic evasion set, and that's largely what contributed to my slow kill time. This time around, simply wearing full malignance was enough to help me resist that AoE charm ability the vast majority of the time on the easy difficulty. Also, if you're having issues, don't neglect the magic evasion food options that are out there, which can also help you if you don't quite have enough magic evasion gear yet. Now, Arkiv and Amchuchu, I think, are the 2 best tanks this time around to make sure that they can get you through this run and make it so that you don't have to take hate at any point. Looks like we're about halfway through this one. Let's go ahead and see how the rest of this run goes. Enjoy the rest of the run. that's going to be all I have to share for this very annoying run this month. Good luck out there taking it on. If this is your first visit to my channel and you enjoyed the content, please be sure to click on the subscribe button under the video and the bell icon next to it to be notified when my future videos are released. Have a great month, everyone. We'll see you next time. Stay safe and stay healthy out there.